When someone wants to send you crypto or an NFT, it's silly to try to tell them your wallet address. Oh, you can send them to 0x5C, capital B 349K, capital. You get it. With ENS domains, you've got a simple identification for your wallet that can receive your crypto. It's decentralized and empowering. We'll talk today with Khori Whittaker of ENS Labs so you can understand why having your digital identity in short form is important and how you can too. It's I-ness, you-ness, and a little bit of we-ness as we discuss E-ness on this episode number 686 of the Bad Crypto Podcast. Ness.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Oh, Trav, it's not pronounced E-ness, it's ENS.
I was just really grateful that you didn't blurt out penis.
Why would I blurt out penis?
You said ENS and CNS and the pianist.
I left the blurting.
Pianist, how you play guitar. Where you play guitar, you're a pianist, you know.
I left the blurting to you, and you took the bait.
Totally blurted. I'm the blurt daddy.
You're the master baiter. You took the master away. Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, show for the crypto curious, crypto serious, and those who enjoy a little bit of humor, a little bit of levity in their crypto programming, because it's so serious out there right now. It's crypto BlackRock is coming in and they're taking over the world, and there's ETFs, and we're all so serious. And you know what? Life is short. Carpe diem. Have some fun.
Yeah, this episode right here is going to teach you or tell you a little bit about ENS domains and how you might want to use them to connect your crypto addresses to this. So with that, let's go.
Distributed digital identity on blockchain. And in the world, this is important stuff we need to be talking about. And one company that has been leading the way in this space, you know them. You might not know them by name, but you know them because you've seen their product all over the blockchain space, especially in the form of wallets. For example, Joel Comm.eth is a wallet that belongs to me, and that is facilitated by ENS Domains, the website ens.domains. We've got with us today to talk about all of the things surrounding digital identity, decentralization, and the benefits of such. Khori Whittaker is the executive director at ENS Labs. Khori, welcome. Khori.eth, hey. I should say. Welcome to Bad Crypto.
Thank you. Great to be here, fellas.
Yeah, I did not get Joel.eth, but by the time that I had come around for that, somebody had snagged it. That other Joel, there's only two of us, and that other guy got it.
Yeah.
I actually got Joel.eth.
Joel. Well, man, we're glad you're here. And why don't you go ahead and let's talk a little bit about what ENS is, and then we'll talk about some of the reasons that this is important and how people are using it.
So ENS, what is it? What it's about? So all of your listeners, everyone has been using the web for quite some time now. The websites that we actually go to are IP addresses, 123.456.789. And
did you just hack me, bro? Because that was my IP.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Who told you?
Hey, everything is public these days, right?
That's right.
So what has happened is the DNS system has overlaid human readable language on these websites so that you can go to google.com instead of the IP address. You can go to any of these websites using a human readable name. Since blockchain, the advent of blockchain, all of our wallet addresses, these things that we were using to connect to Web3, these wallet addresses are extremely long, and it doesn't matter what crypto you're or what L1 you're on, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. There are these long hexadecimal addresses, which are difficult to manage and navigate, particularly for a newbie and a normie.
You mean
have
you haven't memorized
right?
0x4b capital C
No,
29? Yeah. No.
some people have. I'd be interested to meet some of those
Hey, if
folks.
you could just send me some crypto over at
Yeah,
01x294G3
exactly.
lower. Like, what? No way. This is horrible. That's the
Exactly.
worst.
Exactly. And that is one of the major issues preventing adoption, just the complexity of these identities that we're using. So what ENS does, puts human readable names on top of your wallet address so that you're joelcomm.eth. And when you want to send Bitcoin, joelcomm.eth. Recognizes it's on the Bitcoin network, sends Bitcoin to Bitcoin wallet address. Recognizes if you're on the Ethereum network, sends Ethereum to your Ethereum address. So human breathable names overlaid on the wallet addresses.
So let me clarify that real quick.
Yeah.
So you can have multiple chains all connected to that particular one. So you doesn't need to have joelcomm.btc, joelcomm.e. That's counterintuitive to most folks. I'm thinking, if I want to send Joel ETH, I'm going to send it to joelcomm.eth. If I want to send him Matic, it's probably a different address. If I'm going to send him Bitcoin, I'm not going to send it to joelcomm.eth.
Right. Yeah. This is something I think a lot of people don't realize, that with your ENS domain, you can add your Bitcoin address, your Ethereum address, your Stellar address, your Hedera address, and it functions on each of those chains. So it's not just Ethereum. Sometimes I like to call it the everything name service, not just the Ethereum name service, because we function across multiple chains.
Logical sense to me then to have it as the .crypto or something, because then it's almost like a chain that goes everywhere. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know there's some other chains. Are there some other like address stuff out there? Which ones are the ones? Is .eth the only ones, the Ethereum names? Is that the only one that ENS Domains supplies?
Yes. So .eth is the only one that we work on, the only one that we develop. And again, since it's multi-chain, we think it serves the entire ecosystem. Yeah.
So when I log into my account, I also see a joelcomm.dcl.eth. What is that?
Mm-hmm. Decentraland. So one of the cool things about ENS and the protocol is that you can take other domains and import them into ENS. So DCL, I believe that is the Decentraland domain, where people on Decentraland are able to use ENS addresses.
Well, there you go. I did not know that. Would I have set that up, or would they have assigned that to me just by connecting the wallet?
I think you would have to set that up after you create your Decentraland account.
One of the many things that I've done in crypto that I don't remember, because we've been doing this for so many years now, I'm wondering, like, okay, where's the lost wallet that I've forgotten about and I don't even know is lost, and will it turn up someday?
Yeah.
One of my questions on this is that I have challenges is can I connect multiple .eths to the same wallet, right? Because it's like I have my Twitter handle, which is TWTEEDUBYA, so I have that .eth, but I also own Travis Wright .eth, and then somebody might not remember, oh, am I going to send it to TW or am I going to send it to Travis Wright .eth? Which one's the right one? Can you connect multiple addresses to that same wallet?
Yeah, you can connect multiple addresses to a given wallet. Yeah.
So, for example, I've got niftycompany.eth and niftyshow.eth are in the same wallet here, but only one of them could be active and point to the actual address, right? Or can either of them point to the same address?
Only one can be your primary name, right? The primary name for a wallet, but you can add it to others as well.
Okay. So the whole point of this, besides taking complexity out of these long addresses, there's a lot more to this than just that. The simplification, this decentralized digital identification. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of that besides convenience.
Yeah. So if you think about what we've experienced since the advent of social media, right, over the last 20-ish years, where our identities are owned by these corporate entities, whether it's Facebook or it's Twitter, even Friendster back in the day, right? You'd log into the site, input all your information, and they own it. And if you choose to move to another property, another social media company, you lose all of your connections. You essentially lose your identity in your social graph, your social network. One of the cool things about Web3 and this new phase of the internet is that you have the ability to actually own, possess, and control a name, a marker that connects to you, that you own, that you can use across multiple properties. So with your ENS name or a wallet address, you can log into multiple properties on Web3, and it's just a much more customer, individual centric, and focused way about doing things here. Instead of being in the best interest of the company, like this is in the best interest of the individual. You owning your data, you owning your name, you owning your identity.
Well, so I'm looking at the website here, and I am going through the step-by-step process of this. So you don't necessarily have to use a .eth. It looks to me like I could use a .com if I wanted to, but I just have to go through a process, find the original DNS domain name that I want to import into my ENS, and then I can actually use that. Like if I wanted to use traviswright.com, I could potentially use that as my address if I wanted, right?
Hey, there you go. It gets deeper. It gets deeper and deeper with ENS. So, and again, one of the cool things that you can do is import DNS names. You see a .com, .xyz. There are several out there that you can use as an ENS name. So that's absolutely right. You can import your .com into the system.
I'm looking for where one does that on the site because I own joelcomm.com. How would I use that as an address?
Yep. So I can actually show you how to do all that offline.
I'll include that in the show notes because I got a link that's the Medium article right there to that shows the step-by-step on how to do that. But I guess the real question would be is if he swapped over his joelcomm.com, would that eliminate his website, it pointing to the website? Now it points to ENS domains, or can you use it as both?
Yeah, good question. These are two different rails. The traditional Web 2 rail, your .com would continue to function as it normally does in the Web 2 world. And then in the Web 3 world, your .com would function as an ENS name, being able to log in Coinbase, MetaMask, send crypto back and forth. Yeah.
So, people who are coming late to the game are like, oh, my name's gone. It's a sadness. I'm John Smith. Let's see if it's available. Oh, no, that's long gone. What's, what do you recommend is the best process for picking a name that basically you're going to live with? Because this is your new digital identity.
Yep. So there is hope. So there are a lot of folks that are actually selling .eth names on the secondary market. So Joel, I don't know if the other Joel is gonna be able to sell you Joel.eth or if he wants to give that up. But there's a slight chance people will sell their first name. So that's one. Secondly, as you mentioned, you have the ability to import another DNS like a .com or a .xyz. So if you have a pretty cool .com or XYZ, you can import it and use it in Web3. So yeah, I'd say search the secondary market, make some offers, see if you can get the name that you want if someone's willing to sell it. And the other is, import another DNS name that you may have.
So is that technically an NFT then? This ENS domain name, it's technically an NFT. So if you're talking secondary market, people would want to go on OpenSea, whatever, to then go and grab the file or be able to put the offer on the domain.
That's right. You can go to any of those marketplaces, and a native ENS marketplace is ENS.vision, which is another great marketplace when you want to search and sort to find an ENS name.
ENS.vision.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that and see what kind of crazy ENS.vision. Let's see what kind of things people are selling out here. Yep. ENS Markets Unleashed. Let's go ahead and just connect a wallet just for giggles so that we can
look
get
at these.
in here.
Some pretty big sales on some of these right here, and some pretty big offers like 8.5 ETH for 360.ETH and 8.5 ETH offer for 205.ETH. I guess people like those 3-digit numbers, it looks like, huh?
Yeah. Last year, there was a big craze around 3 digits ENS names.
That's kind of a fun thing. You can get lost kind of in the old you can get lost down the rabbit hole here. 3-letter ENS. The top sale of all time went for 100 ETH. That's, at least in that particular 3-digit ones, that's kind of crazy. Some of these just grabbing your initials and then going. That's pretty crazy.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about the benefits for businesses, for corporations, and how they and the people they serve benefit from having ENS.
Yeah. And I think the marketplace and use cases for businesses are still developing. But the direction that I'm interested in is helping businesses with understanding customers, understanding consumers, KYC, KYB, and that type of thing. So one, I think businesses have the opportunity to use the subdomain function. So let's say you had badcryptopodcast.eth. And with your fan base, I'm sure you have some wild fans out there who would love to have a subdomain on your .eth that they can use. Right. So, I could get Khori.badcryptopodcast.eth. So you could potentially create subdomains and give them to your community, to your customers. Another thing that businesses, particularly in the financial sector, that I hope they get into is using the identity aspects of .eth and wallets for KYC purposes. So if you can imagine a situation where you KYC one time, and there's a company called Parallel Markets that started recently that is attempting to do this. KYC once, and then use that soulbound token across multiple institutions so that you don't have to keep giving your information over and over and over again to various entities. So there are a couple ideas there.
Nice. And so it looks to me like the domain, you get the domain, you can register it for 1 year all the way up to 10 years. And it looks to me like it's way more intelligent to go ahead and book it for more years because of the gas fees that are involved. It looks like it's relatively inexpensive to register a domain name for a year or 10 years. You just got to pay gas fees in there. So might as well get it. Let me ask you this. I guess my question would be is, what is the grace period on something like this? Let's say like, somebody booked an ENS domain and then they forgot. Is it immediately once that day is done, it goes up for sale, or how does that grace period work?
Yep. So as a name is about to expire, you'll see notifications in the manager app, and we've recently started to give users an opportunity to get notified so that their domains don't expire and you lose your identity in your ENS. And
so there's not an email or something? Is there an email notification?
Yes. So we just started working with EverFi, and there's a notification process now, and there's typically a waiting period. So your name will expire, and it goes into this auction period where it starts high and then goes low, and then you can bid on names after that. But yeah, there's definitely lots of notification and a grace period, so your names don't just bam go to auction at once as soon as it expires.
Interesting. Yeah. So what do you make of the current state of the market here? Timestamp. This is June 27th, 2023, with these Bitcoin ETFs being proposed by BlackRock. Do you think that the surge is going to come early, or is this just a head fake preparing us for the bull run next year?
I hate to
personal opinion, not financial advice.
Personal opinion, not financial advice. Yeah, E-ness is not a financial product. But I think it's a good signal and an interesting signal for the longevity of crypto and Web3, that these major institutions are starting to take steps to get into the game. I think it's a very strong signal. In terms of timing as to when things will actually pop off and blow up, I have no idea.
But it's coming.
But it's coming, and this is definitely a great sign. So keep your eyes peeled.
You can feel the pressure.
Yeah.
You know what's also cool on these, Joel, is that you can also use emojis, it looks like. So I have a wizard and then the star emoji with this, the 3 little stars, .eth.
How do you communicate that to somebody? Okay, where do I send this
Just
to?
message me. It's wizardstars.eth.
Yeah, wizardstars.eth.
Yeah.
I actually just wanted to see if I could do it. It didn't cost much, but it was kind of funny. I think I was doing it for Ancient Wisdom, the Wizard Project, and there you go. You got the little have that and that. It's kind of fun.
There's a company who does that too. That's all they do is the emoji.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yacht.
Y.at.
YAT. Yeah.
Are they using your tech to do that?
No, it's their own tech that they're using. They're not on the ENS protocol.
Got it.
Good stuff. So it's pretty interesting. So is there anything else about ENS that maybe folks should know that maybe they don't know that you want to communicate out there to them?
Yeah, sure. So one of the unique things about ENS is that it's governed by a DAO. I don't know if you've talked about DAOs in your community or on this podcast, but
once or twice.
All right. Yep. So all of the registration fees go to the ENS DAO that oversees the protocol, right? Manages the protocol. So there is an ecosystem working group and a public goods working group, and these two groups they try to support projects that are building on ENS and projects that serve the public in general. So there's a robust grants development program happening in the ENS DAO. So that's a pretty unique feature of the E-ness protocol. The founder, Nick Johnson, wanted to create something that would live on after him and all of us. And so putting this and giving this to the DAO is a way to have it live on in perpetuity.
The only one that I can think of that's some form of competition, and I know that you guys are different in what you're trying to accomplish, is Unstoppable Domains, right? Where they're decentralizing the DNS system in a different way. How do you guys view them? What are you doing, or what are they doing that's different from what you're doing?
Yeah, so they're another Web3 domain project. And as you've seen, they have multiple domains, while we're just focused on .eth and then importing other DNS names. You can also see them reaching out to brands as well. So it seems like they're reaching out to brands and trying to create Web3 domains for them too. So it's just another product, another service that people can use in Web3.
Mm-hmm. Solar Travis, last question is to you, good sir.
I have no other questions. I just think that it's an interesting process, and I think that if you're in crypto and you want to transfer things easily, having an ENS domain name, a .eth makes a whole lot of sense. It makes it a whole lot easier for somebody to try to send you crypto, because even you're trying to copy that whole long address and you messed something up and you missed it's totally screwed. So just having an easy to remember domain name, an ENS, seems pretty handy.
Yeah.
So thank you, Khori, for coming on and sharing all about it.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, you guys can go right over to ens.domains. This is not paid placement. This is we use the product. We're interested in it. You go start right here and type in your name. Your name might be John Smith, and then you're going to find out that John Smith already owns that. But it expires September 20th, 2025. So, put a notification on your device, and maybe you end up sniping it from John.
Well, you do say that it goes into an auction. So, typically, how high is the auction when it starts? Like an ETH, or what? How big does the auction even go?
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
I'm curious now. That spurred another question. It's like, it expired on this day, and I want it. And then really it's sort of like a Dutch auction, I guess, where the high price and it gets lower, lower.
And the price varies and depends on whether it's like a 3-digit name, a 4-digit name, 5-digit name. So it varies depending on the name length too.
Gotcha. Cool.
Khori, appreciate you coming on today. Thanks for sharing with us, man.
All right. Thank you guys. All the best.
Thank you.
So offline with Khori, we took a look at why the badcrypto.eth address was under my ownership, but under different management. And we figured out together how to do that. And we determined that they've got an interface issue, because you have to go into your more tab, and under ownership, you have to click the send button, and it's like send the domain to a different manager or different owner. And so we figured that out, and now he's going back to his people and saying, hey guys, this isn't intuitive. And so you're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah, making things mo better. That's one of the things that we do. It's one of our great skills is optimizing. Just a weird process. So if you do go buy something on a secondary market, you got your domain, you want it, they might still be the manager, you'll be the owner, they might still be the manager, so you got to fix that. But other than that, I've never had to do that. I've never bought any from the secondary market. I've just been able to go in and buy the ones that I want relative to my name. I got traviswright.eth and I got tw.eth. So what else do I need?
Send your crypto to tw.eth.
Your mom.eth. Your mom.eth.
Donations.
That'd be a pretty funny one.
Clearly. Yeah. Send crypto to your mom.
Mom.eth. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. We hope, of course, that you're checking out our other programs as well. Web3 Show, the Nifty Show, and the Bad AI Show. We are here for you, exploring and going to new places in the world of technology, bringing it to you because we dig this stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see there's I'm creating some new shorts. I got a new style of video. It's a vertical type video. We'll do a little quick minute thing about what's going on in the news. So we're not always doing news podcasts, but every once in a while, there's something that pops up that's interesting related to news. I'm doing shorts on Crypto's YouTube and then also the Web3 Show's YouTube channel. So if you want to go check those out, do that. If not, don't. I don't care. So whatever.
Yeah,
if you don't want to mute yourself, you don't have to. You can mute yourself or not mute yourself.
You can say words, be muted. It's okay. Hey, thanks everybody. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, you know what to do, but I'm going to say it anyway. Even though you know what to do, I'm going to say it anyway. You ready? You ready? I can't hear you.
I'm ready.
I think they're ready. Okay.
I'm ready.
Stay bad.
Stay bad. Stay bad. Stay bad.
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.